When you're first getting into FPV, a lot of people say, oh, you should start out on a simulator before you actually go and fly your drone. But I've been wondering, does that actually matter? Well, how much of a difference does that actually make? And the reason why you wouldn't want to use a simulator is one, it costs money, and two, you could be flying your drone instead of flying on a simulator. And the short answer that I found was yes, it does matter to most people. But the long answer was different, and it wasn't what I was expecting. Let me just give you an example. When most people get a drone, you'll buy the controller, the goggles, and the drone, and you know everything else that makes the drone work. And what most people do is they also buy a simulator. And this is what I did also. I bought a simulator called Liftoff. But when I first started, I just really wanted to go out and fly my drone. I forced myself to use this for 10 hours before I could go fly my actual drone. And for me, I think this did help a little bit. I think it helped me get over the first flight characteristics on how to go forward, backwards, all the normal motions. And it helped me get over those first few crashes. But I'm not sure if 10 hours was worth it instead of going out and figuring out how to do those first crashes on the drone. So to test this out, I had a neighbor try, had them fly the drone, and they flew it without the simulator. And so far, they were progressing either at the same speed or maybe faster. And yes, there were a few crashes, but those were just the first learning crashes and nothing severe. But I think starting out on the drone helped with that confidence instead of flying on a simulator. Now, the simulator can be good and bad. So the pros of the simulator is that you can learn a new sketchy trick and you just have to hit the restart button instead of going out and picking up the pieces of your drone. And the other good thing is that you can crash as much as you want. Now the downside is that you don't have real world obstacles. And what I mean by that is let's say you want to fly at an abandoned building. Now on the simulator, I can fly all throughout and it's gonna seem like I have 100% perfect signal. Now, if I do that in real life, it's not even going to be close to 100%. But now after learning that I don't need a simulator, for me, I probably wouldn't have gone the route of using a simulator. I would have just gone through of learning strictly on the drone. You don't have to go crazy on your first flight, but you can be more smooth and just slowly work your way up. I think that's what I would have done instead. Now, hopefully this can help you pick if you want to use a simulator or not. I'm Zane Shaw, and keep flying.